Oh, we are back with another part, and I'm thinking we're probably going to get to the trial part and do a little of that in this session. 'Cause I don't think we have too much investigation left. We're back where we started, which was the bazaar. The very first place I think we played at. Albeit your guide was here. I guess the bazaar is as good a place to start as any. Now, who should I... Hmm? I see. So that is what a Freedom Express is. Consulting for pocket internet again, I see. Mr. Wright! Who could that be? That sounds like... God, watch it be Larry Butts. Oh, never mind.
I thought about Larry Butts last night as the guy who was like, do you recognize me?
Yeah. Although, it'd be weird if Larry Butts referred to me as Mr. Wright, so maybe I shouldn't have guessed that. Is Miss Maya okay? I believe her, Mr. Wright. I know she didn't do it. Do you now, boy? Halunka! Your benevolence. Oh, sorry. You mustn't trust in lawyers, you... Are you not the accused from the last trial? Oh, what's wrong, Albie? Your benevolence speaks with the, You may speak in the vernacular, little monk. Now, what is your name? Yes, your benevolence. I'll be your guide, your benevolence. Know this, Albie. Your soul is only as clean or filthy as the company you keep. I wish you'd stop insinuating that all lawyers are trash. Please forgive me, your benevolence, but Mr. Wright is a very trustworthy man. Look at the dog.
The dog is upset. Like,
yeah. And I trust him as a lawyer. What's this? I'm sorry. Forgive my insolence. If a common boy such as he can place his trust in lawyers, it can only be because of my failure at the Hall of Justice the other day. Oh. Mr. Wright, her benevolence has sunk into the ground. She must really feel responsible for what happened in court that day. Let's give her some breathing room for now. I'm sure she'll be back on her feet in no time. In the meantime, do you mind if I ask you some questions? Of course not. I'm always glad to help. So what have you heard about the rebel hunter that was in the newspaper? Everyone's overjoyed at her appearance. They say she's the modern-day Lady Kira. So they're treating this rebel hunter like a mysterious protector of the people, huh? People have been on edge recently, what with that jailbreaking stuff. I sure hope they catch that escaped prisoner soon.
well, we don't know who it is, right?
Right. Could be the guy who you couldn't see the eyes of the other day. Yeah. Escaped prisoner. Yes, he was one of the vicious rebels that Lady Kira had captured. So there's a hardened criminal on the loose. That is bad news. Yes, but the modern-day Lady Kira is also super amazing. I mean, she takes down big, scary rebels all by herself. Yeah, that's not exactly something just anyone can do. Someone that strong could have easily overpowered and killed the High Priest. And what about that escaped prisoner, Albie? So, what's the escaped prisoner supposed to be like? They say he's a vicious fiend who serves as... Wait, what's his name? Dirk's right-hand man. Dirk is the leader of that rebel group. Yes, the escapee serves that dreadful master of the Defying Dragons. They say the prisoner's a former soldier and that he wields a big scary knife. Rumor has it, he's a cold-blooded killer to boot.
And he's a
Yeah, too.
laser beam eyes.
He sounds like a really dangerous man. He is, but the police still can't find him, even after an exhaustive search. Wait, I remember hearing about a prison. There's a prison at the apex of this mountain. Prison way up there? The prison is at the top of the Inner Sanctum's mountain, right? How did he even break out? No one really knows. He supposedly did it without any tools to speak of, too. Maybe it's that big rock that fell, although I don't know how he could use that without killing himself. Some say he must have fallen to his death. Personally, I like to believe he did. Otherwise, something like that terrible incident might happen again. Terrible incident? Terrible incident, Albie. It happened before I was even born, but Queen Amara, the previous queen, was assassinated. And it was the rebel leader Dirk who did it. The previous queen was assassinated? That's kind of unsettling. Oh, it was the terrible deed of a heinous sinner. I mean, to take the life of such a gentle queen? Only someone with a dark, defiled soul could have done that. They really take their queen seriously here, like god-worshipping level serious. It really would take someone pretty bold and blasphemous to assassinate one. Those defiant dragon rebels are not afraid to do anything to accomplish their goals. That's why, with that escaped prisoner on the loose, who knows who might be killed next. So that's why the people of Khura'in are so afraid of that escapee, and why they want the rebel hunter to take him out, along with the other rebels. So is there anything you can tell me about the rebel hunter, Lady Kira? I was just thinking there was something else, but what was it? Oh yeah, here! What is it? Shadow found it. Why, that's the war bat arrow! Oh, she's up. Feeling better now, your benevolence. This is no time to be feeling sorry for myself, for I am the crown princess of Khura'in. Now, let me see that boy.
So would it be her mother that was assassinated? Or maybe like a grandma? Or is she not related to that queen?
I don't know, because she's a descendant, but she's not... Is she the queen's descendant?
She's the descendant of our Holy Mother or whatever.
But isn't necessarily the queen?
No, I guess not.
It looks very much like one of the legendary weapons Lady Kira once used in battle. A three-pronged arrow. I could swear I've seen something resembling that arrowhead recently. Where did Shadow find it, Abby? Near Abbot Inme's house. Near the victim's house, huh? Something tells me I better look into it. So we saw something like the three-pronged thing. Let me, see if we got something. Wait, whoops. I think it might be a stretch to think that the prong is part of that,
Fountain?
not fountain, but the lights. I think that might be a stretch on my part.
I'm wondering if somebody's under there. Like he made a tent out of it.
You know, I mean... Yeah, that's not a three-prong thing. That actually goes all around. He was married, wasn't he? And his wife is the one who usually plays the part of Lady Kira. I should probably talk to her, too. Let's do it. Maybe all three of us will go. So this is where the High Priest lived. Wait a minute, this is where they brought me when my back gave out. And the woman in front of that altar, she must be the High Priest's wife. Oh, I can't examine anything except her.
Big escape guy.
Which? Oh, this guy?
Yeah.
I'm betting it is, but I can't look at anything before I talk to her first. She's the only one. Excuse me. Yes, may I help you? I was hoping to speak with the High Priest's wife. Are you her? Please forgive the intrusion, Lady Belieb. Oh my god, is she Belieb in me? Please, be at ease. What a terrible time this must be for you. But who's Abbott in me?
That's why I said suspicious of him.
Yeah, because he's the only one who doesn't pun.
I don't know what that means, but...
No, because you have trust in me, you have believe in me. What the heck's Abbott in me?
I'm wondering if you're not saying it right to get the pun.
Yeah, a bot in me, a bot in me, a bat in me. I don't know. You honor me with your kind words. Look, dear, the royal priestess has come to visit us. Yes, what's that? Oh, of course, hee. She's talking with his funeral picture. My husband, too, is delighted that the royal priestess has graced us with her presence. You can speak with Abbott and me? No, I don't possess the power to speak with the dead, but I can feel his presence. What's that? No, that can wait till later, dear. She's definitely speaking with him. So your benevolence, what is it that brings you to my humble abode? This lawyer is investigating your husband's death, and I am watching him to ensure he does not tamper with any of the evidence. I know this must be difficult, but could I ask you some questions? A good friend of mine has fallen under suspicion, you see. A friend of yours? So then, you must be Maya's friend from the States, correct? That's right. I'm sorry, but I'm still grieving. Isn't that right, dear? Yes, I know. Abbott and me and his wife were one of the closest and most loving couples in Khura'in. If she is not ready to talk, I will not allow you to press her any further.
It's not good. There's that guy that told us to stay out of his courtroom.
Yeah, that's right. She did just lose love of her life. It would be incredibly insensitive of me to force answers out of her right now. But I need to talk to her if I want to learn more about the High Priest. Plus, there's the Warbat arrow that I'll be found near the house. There's too much I need to find out for me to leave just yet. Would it be okay if I stayed here for a little while? Barbhead, have you not been listening to a word I said? Look, your benevolence, I'm sorry for her loss, but I'm running out of time. So what I will do is promise to leave if she doesn't change her mind. Please, let me talk to my husband about this. Yes, I know. No, don't, not in front of the Royal Priestess. Now, if you would excuse me, what the heck were they even talking about? You have but poured salt on her wounds. This is precisely why you lawyers are so despised. Irk. I was just trying to help Maya's case. I didn't mean to hurt Mrs. Inmee. Could it be that you actually possess a conscience? Of course I do. But I'm also desperate for information. So, what do you plan to do now? Pass the time by looking around the room. Just see that you do not touch anything you should not. Guess I should watch what I touch then, just in case Princess Rafa gets mad at me. Alright, so this is the first thing you noticed. Then I'll look at the guy who was like, okay, say, it's a wanted poster for the rebel escapee everyone's talking about. What? Let me see that. That's Arbol. That's Arbol. That's Arbol? That's Arbol. Senior member of Insurgent Leadership and former paratrooper of a... Daterbol? Foreign land, wanted for crimes against the kingdom, considered armed and dangerous. So he's ex-military, huh? His appearance alone exudes menace. He must be captured at once. Is something wrong? The bounty is 3 million damas, money that comes out of the people's tax payments. I shall have it lowered to about 1 million damas. You seem unexpectedly concerned with the people's welfare. Unexpectedly? How rude! Nana has always taught me that kingdoms that do not value their people come to ruin. As Crown Princess, it is only natural that I care for my people. How about sending some of that kindness this way? Well, I suppose I could. If you quit being a lawyer and pay taxes to our kingdom, that is. Oh well, it was worth a shot. See, I don't think she's bad.
We should told you to pay taxes and not be a lawyer.
Well, paying taxes isn't bad, it's just annoying. But I mean, like, you know, she doesn't want them to be taxed as much, so she's going to lower the bounty to something still sizable. Looks like a game like chess or checkers. You mean to say you've never heard of Kachudamol? I've heard people describe it as Khura'inese chess. So 2 players take turns moving their pieces in a bid to capture the other's king? Not quite. In Kachudamol, the object is the utter annihilation of your opponent. Furthermore, each piece has a special move that can only be used once per game. Special moves? It sounds like a game right up Maya's alley. Isn't this that Justice Minister I met? But who's the woman in the picture next to him? She looks really important. Could she be the Queen of Khura'in? What a magnificent altar. Of course it is magnificent. It is for the Holy Mother, after all. The Holy Mother, she that faceless figure there. Such insolence, how do you not know who her holiness is on sight? Do you seek to cross over into the Twilight Realm right this instant? Sorry, it won't happen again. This is why lawyers are so despised. Now listen well, depicting her holiness's face is the greatest taboo in all of Khura'ism. There are none alive today who know what her face really looks like, and that includes the members of the royal family. Wow, now there's an unusual custom. It's gotta be one heck of a secret if even the royal family can't know what she looks like. There's a steel samurai patch on this bag. Guess the bag must be Maya's. She probably left it here while she was performing that rite. Is this a piece of art of some sort? What a beautiful orb. Is something the matter? Barbed head, take one step back. Okay, done. Did you spot something? Yes, your dismal reflection. It was ruining the orb's beauty. Did you have to put it like that, your benevolence? You know, Phoenix is very polite considering he gets cut down every second sentence. A poster of the mountains? Oh, the Inner Sanctum Mountain is featured against those other towering peaks. Those beautiful mountains are known as the Roof of Khura'in. Ah, and I see they have even included Mount Pony Pony in that poster. Mount Pony Pony is at the smaller peak to the left. It's only smaller by 12 meters. Known as the Little Sanctum, it is just west of the Inner Sanctum. Is it not just beautiful? But I suppose a lawyer with a defiled soul such as you could not perceive such beauty. No, that's not true. I think it's absolutely stunning. Something in the trash, actually. This looks like a basket. Hey, there's an envelope sticking out. There are 3 holes in a row near the top. Same as the other thing. Now, where have I seen the holes like this before? Scrounging around in other people's garbage like some stray dog. You are a pitiful creature indeed. What does it say here? Say what you will, but I've got a job to do. It says to the High Priest. You cannot even read. You are even more pitiful than I had thought. Thanks. And I will keep your words of wisdom in mind, your benevolence. Guess I should have studied some Khura'inese before I came. So the envelope was addressed to the High Priest, huh? But it's empty. Still, there's something about it. I better hang on to it. We're going to see the connection between that and the other thing. You know what I think? I think this thing, since it has creases, it was folded up, and it was in this envelope. So somehow, this thing is in this woman's and this guy's thing. So they got it, and he must have had it on him because it came from that envelope.
So spiky.
What is the scary-looking spiky thing? Your hair. It is a floor cushioning for heightening a practitioner's mental focus. Your ignorance astounds me. There is not a soul in Khura'in who would not recognize this. A floor cushion? You mean you're supposed to sit on this? How else would you suggest it be used? Well, that's like a torture device to me.
Not many they walked on it.
Yeah, because I know, the bed of nails theory kind of thing. What show is this? It is the Plumed, or the Plumed Punisher, warrior of Neo Twilight Realm. It is based on Lady Kira, and is the #1 action hero show in Khura'in. The Plumed Punisher, warrior of Neo Twilight Realm. Yes, it is entirely original show created right here in our kingdom. I'm not so sure about its originality, given its overall look and the theme song. Yeah, very similar to the Samurai. Still Samurai. Is something the matter? Well, it's just, we have an action hero show back home that is really similar to this. I'm guessing this shows why Maya is so into Lady Kira. Honestly, the theme song is exactly the same as the one from Maya's favorite show. The Steel Samurai, warrior of Neo Old Tokyo. It's a popular action hero series filmed right in LA. So, warrior of Neo Twilight Realm, warrior of Neo Old Tokyo. Set in a city known as Neo Tokyo, it pits the steel samurai in mortal combat against his nemesis, the evil magistrate. Maya's collected DVDs and merchandise from that series as long as I've known her. The Plume Punisher originated here in Khura'in. Is that clear, Barbed Head? Yes, your benevolence. Note to self, never suggest that again. Lady Believe has not had a change of heart, and simply waiting shall not change that. Can't we wait just a little longer? I wonder if she'll ever open up. Oh, you're still here. Lady Believe. Mrs. Inme, do you think you're ready to talk? Is it okay with you, dear? Yes, I will let him know. Lady Believe, you don't have to speak to this lawyer if it is not your wish. No, it's quite all right. If my husband were still with us, he would say... As much as it pains me to have my lovely wife speak on such matters, if it would help to find the truth, then ask whatever you may. Okay, I'll take you up on your generous offer. Wait, did Mrs. Inme call herself lovely just now? Well, whatever are you waiting for? Ask your questions quickly so your departure may be just as swift. Yes, of course. Do you have any idea why your husband might have been killed? Was he acting different or doing anything out of the ordinary lately? No, I don't recall anything of the sort. Alright, this is really difficult. Did anybody have a grudge against him? He was a kind man and one of peace. He would never do anything that would cause someone to bear a grudge against him. Oh! These are Cyclops. This means Mrs. Inme is trying to hide something from me. This is the Makatama Maya gave me all those years ago. It has a really amazing power. Reacts. Yeah, we know how it works. Alright, let's try it out. Let's just stir the pot. Mrs. Inme, I have an idea who your husband's real killer might be. That would be Maya, would it not? No, of course not. It has to be someone with a motive to kill him. This is who I believe had a reason to kill your husband. The rebel Dirk, Lady Kira, the escaped prisoner.
I don't know if it's Dirk or the escaped prisoner, because did we find out or did we think that he had a relationship with the rebel Dirk?
I don't remember. I guess we can do Dirk first. The rebel leader Dirk killed your husband. He did it to stop the purification rite. He must despise Lady Kira for capturing his fellow insurgents. But were that the case, wouldn't he have slain Maya for playing the part of Lady Kira? Good point. Alright, so it wasn't Dirk. Time to think about who else might have had a motive. Okay. I believe the escaped prisoner killed your husband. He probably thought that your husband would get in the way of his escape plan. But were that the case, wouldn't Maya have been slain as well? Oh, so we're saying Lady Kira did. Okay. It was the rebel hunter disguised as Lady Kira. Okay, everybody's talking about her. Wow. I know not of what you speak. Really, because she even made the front page recently. What the? Qua ha 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 ka ka ka. I am but a humble servant of as insignificant as I. Actually, I have something that just might show why Lady Kira would kill Abbott and me. Why Lady Kira would.
Is it the note that she would want to write for someone?
Let's see. Okay, I think so.
Take that!
This is a letter of warning from Lady Kira. Maya found it. It was in the inner sanctum, and only Maya and your husband were there at the time. Ugh. This letter reached its intended recipient, your husband, the High Priest, didn't it? And how do you know Maya wasn't lying to you?
It's on the envelope of the house.
Yeah, because I've never seen that letter before, and I doubt my husband ever did either. Sorry, but I have evidence, yes.
Take that!
Yep. What's that? It's an envelope addressed to the High Priest. The warning letter was delivered to your husband inside this, wasn't it? What nonsense is this? How can you prove the warning was delivered in this envelope? There's gotta be some way to prove it. Wait a second. Yeah! I think there might just be something that links it. Yep.
Take that!
The 3 holes in the envelope are in the same shape and arrangement as the holes in the warning letter. And if you fold the letter in thirds and place it in the envelope, the holes line up. As for what made the holes, I believe it was this. I think so.
Take that!
They were made by the Warbat arrow, one of the weapons favored by Lady Kira. The warning was folded in thirds, placed in the envelope addressed to the High Priest, and delivered to your husband on the points of this arrow. Why did you hide that? Let me try to...
Didn't know. Or she knows the reason why.
Yeah, there must be something. So let's see. Are you ready to tell me the truth now? I admit the warning was sent to my husband, but he was not an insurgent. Then why did you keep it a secret? Because the authorities might have suspected him of being one if I hadn't. I guess that makes sense. If the rebel hunter was after him, I can see how people might at least suspect. Okay, I get that. We are a Khura'inist kingdom. As such, rising up against the monarchy is the same as blaspheming Khura'inism itself. Your husband was a devout priest of Khura'inism, and you fear that his good name would be tarnished if the warning went public. Yes, that makes sense, but is it the honest truth? What if the High Priest really was a rebel? The rebel hunter would have had a motive to kill him. Still, this just doesn't feel like the right time to ask her about it. Could you tell me a little more about the warning? It arrived about 3 days before the purification rite. When we woke that morning, it was already there by the side of our bed. It was by the side of your bed? Yes, we had the whole house locked up tight, and yet someone still managed to slip in. Oh, it was so frightening, wasn't it, dear? But you didn't contact the police, because you didn't want them to suspect your husband of being a rebel. That's right. If only we had told the police, maybe Trust would still be alive today. Oh, lovely wife, no need to fret, my dear. My only regret is that I left you all alone. You know, these are interesting pictures he took. Barbed head, that is quite enough. Yes, you're probably right.
Isn't she supposed to be pregnant, too? She doesn't look pregnant.
Even when the picture's up on her face?
Yeah.
Maybe she's, like, early pregnant?
Maybe.
Mrs. Inmee, I'm sorry to have bothered you at such a difficult time. Don't be silly, I'm happy if I helped. Your benevolence, may you swiftly shine light upon the truth. Barbed head, you seem bent on casting suspicion upon Lady Kira, and by doing so you seek to deflect the blame from the real killer Maya Fey. It is the only logical conclusion. I'm in no position to disprove her at this point. If only I could find something to support my theory that the High Priest was a rebel, the only other person who might know more about Abbot Inmee would be Maya. They might be done questioning her by now. Maybe I'll stop by the detention center. My mother has said what? It seems I must go. Did something happen? Yes, my mother has decreed that a rite shall be held for the High Priest's passing, and that she shall conduct the prayer of lament therein. Her Eminence has so decreed, has she? Oh, but she should not concern herself with a humble priest like my husband. No, it is only natural, considering his meritorious service. The rite will be held at the palace. You are to accompany me there at once, Lady Believe. Thank you, your benevolence. My husband is most delighted to. How wonderful for you, Mrs. Inmee. A direct decree from the Queen. That must be quite an honor. Barbed head, you are coming as well. Huh? But I don't have much time left to investigate. As the one charged with monitoring you, you must remain within my sight at all times. Besides, it will take but a moment. Now come. Arguing the point will probably just make things worse for me. I better let her have her way this time. Oh, it's that guy again.
And that lady who's picture with me.
Yes.
Who is her mother?
Welcome, Lady Believe.
Which would be named
Ooh. So this is the Queen of Khura'in. What is wrong with you, Barbhead? Show some respect. Should I bow or prostrate myself? No, it is quite alright. Stay as you are. Mother. Your Eminence, I would like to give thanks to you. You honor both me and my husband. His exemplary service deserves to be honored. Oh, but what a terribly trying time this must be for you, Lady Believe. May my prayer comfort your soul and that of your deeply departed husband. Nothing would please me more. Oh, Your Eminence, your words are wasted on my humble husband and I. Now that's what I call a commanding presence. So, you are the lawyer of whom my daughter speaks. Oh dear. Yes, Your Eminence. I am so very honored to make your noble acquaintanceship. I'm humbled to bask in your resplendence. Did I overdo it? I have no idea how to talk to a queen. Ho ho, may the Holy Mother's blessing be upon you. Now then, Lady Believe, let us go to the Chamber of Prayer. Rafa, you are to accompany us too. Yes, Mother. Wow, the Queen is seriously something else. Oh, is that guy gonna talk to us? Yeah, the Prayer of Lament, huh? Don't see how that'll do any good. It's Justice Minister Inga. Who are you, buddy? Nice to see you again, Minister Inga. Again? Have we met? I'm Phoenix Wright. We met in the accused lobby the other day. Oh, right. Blue suit, jagged hair. You're that lawyer who brought my daughter down a peg or two. Yeah. Your daughter.
I accidentally found that out when I was looking up puns.
Oh, so that's what you found out about.
Yeah.
Okay, at least that doesn't seem terrible. Hopefully...
I didn't know how it was going to become intertwined, you know? So...
Okay. Okay. Well, at least you didn't find out something. Well, hopefully, don't tell me, but hopefully you didn't find out something like, oh, Inga murdered so-and-so, but if you did or didn't, don't tell me anything. Yeah, Rafa. He's Princess Rafa's daughter. So he's Queen Garan's husband. You plan on sticking your fat nose in this mess, too? The accused is a good friend of mine. Like I said the last time, better watch yourself, see? Do you mind if I ask you a few questions? You want to question me? That would be great. You got balls for a lawyer. I didn't expect that! Of course they can. It's more this game I'm surprised that it's being said. Guess I can play along a bit. But I got things to do, see? So we'll have to...
Bugsy.
I mean, every time I see that, that's what I
He
think.
does talk like a gangster.
Yeah. No, you can say anything. You realize that the whole spectrum of profanity is set in games, depending on the game. Especially the M-rated games. I wanted to let you know that I'll be the defense lawyer on this case, too. Well, what? Well, don't say I didn't warn you. You only won last time for the idiotic prosecutor filed false charges. But it's gonna be different this time. I got Khura'in's top prosecutor on this one, see? I don't care who I go up against. I'm going to prove my client innocent. You haven't forgotten that little thing called the Defense Culpability Act, have you? Blow this one, and you'll suffer the same fate as the accused. How could I forget? Yeah, you lawyers are all the same. You strut your stuff till the DC Act comes down hard. Then you start begging and pleading for your lives. It's really hard to watch, I tell you. Well, I don't plan on letting it come to that. Were you the one who wrote the Defense Culpability Act? Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. What's it to you? Either way, as Justice Minister, I'm gonna enforce the thing. It started as a way to counter the dirty tricks of your trade, like falsified evidence, but it turned out to be quite handy, efficient even. Handy? Efficient? Yeah, it made my job real easy. Any goons who cross me or the Khura'in administration are gonna get just what they deserve, especially those rebel scum. You can get away with that here. Better watch your mouth, lawyer. I enforce the law in Khura'in, see? And being that I'm the queen's husband, that makes me king. No, I'm pretty sure the queen is the boss around here. Go on, say what you're thinking so I can charge you with less majesty. I can't get myself arrested now. Listen up, lawyer, we got a low crime rate in the populace that lives in peace. And that's all thanks to the DC Act, so I don't want to hear any more lip about it. But I can't defend my client unless I can speak my mind. Heck, even without the DC Act, Dirk and his insurgent scumbuddies' days are numbered. What's that supposed to mean? Let's just say I got a little trick up my sleeve, so I'd watch it if I were you. One of them dragon dupes. Sometimes I wonder if the dragon people are even that evil.
Maybe they just don't, they realize the faults in the system.
Yeah, like this guy, for example. Say, why? Do you know what these are? No, what? Orders of execution. They really pile up if I start slacking off. What? Oh my god, he's stamping them! I thought he was pulling out his cigar and tomorrow I'll have even more work to do, processing the one for your little friend. And if you really do defend her, I'll have to add one more to the pile for you. But you're not stupid enough to waste your life on that criminal, are you? Don't worry, I'll make sure to lighten your workload, Inga. I won't give you a single execution order to sign tomorrow. No, because we're going to find the real killer, and then that'll be an execution order. I have returned, Barbed Head. Your benevolence, are you done with the rite? Yes, it was performed flawlessly. Lady Believe stayed behind to speak with Mother. I hope this will ease her sorrow, even if just a little. So you have been speaking with my father? Yes, you could say that. My father is a great man. He works tirelessly to keep the peace in our kingdom. Khura'in, as it stands today, owes everything to the efforts of my mother and my father. You should feel deeply honored. Under normal circumstances, they would have never spoken so readily with a lawyer. Yes, of course. It seems Rafa doesn't know what her father is really like. Well, now that we're done here, let's go see if I can talk to Maya now. Like, he's like cartoonishly evil.
Mm-hmm.
Like, his face looks like a twirling mustache. Oh, it's you, Nick. Maya, are you okay? The questioning wasn't too harsh, was it? No, I'm alright. How about you? Make any progress? Well, I haven't found any conclusive evidence that could prove your innocence, but I have a small lead. Really? But for right now, I'd like to ask you about the High Priest. Sure, ask away. By the way, what's the princess doing with you still, Nick? Doesn't she have anything better to do? Doesn't seem like it. I heard that. How rude. Of course I have many other things I could be doing. It's just the thought, but do you think the High Priest could have been a rebel? A rebel? Why would you even think that? Because if he was, then the rebel hunter Lady Kira would have had a motive to kill him. What? Uh-oh, Princess Rafa overheard me. What idiocy is this? Abbot in me, a rebel? It is beyond the pale. My mother has offered the prayer of lament to his soul. That is the sort of person he was. Alright, I was just raising the possibility. I won't listen to such tomfoolery. She stormed out. Oh, well, nothing we can do about that. Do you recall the High Priest doing anything suspicious? Come to think of it, he seemed unusually restless during the rite. He kept glancing up at the sky, though I have no idea why. He was restless and kept looking up at the sky. That doesn't really tell us much, does it? Anything else come to mind? Sorry, that's about it. Guess this is all I'm going to learn about the High Priest right now. Maybe he...
that guy escaped.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. He was looking up at the prison. One thing I should follow up on. I want to keep my spirit channeling ability a secret for a while. Yeah, let's ask why, since she's out. Maya, about what you said earlier. Why can't you tell anyone you're able to channel spirits? Oh, that. You know how all the queens are also spirit mediums here? I heard. It was kind of a shock at first, though. In Khura'ism, spirit channeling is a secret art that can only be performed by the queen. No one else is supposed to be able to do it. I see, so spirit channeling is a symbol of power or authority then in that sense. I can see why it would look bad if a quote-unquote nobody from another country were able to do it too. Spirit channeling in the Khura'in tradition was developed from a Khura'inist style that was brought to the US via Japan. But it seems like my clan's spiritual power is greater than that of the average Khura'inese. It might be a quirk due to how our styles diverged, but I don't really know. So if spirit channeling is a power possessed only by the Queens of Khura'in, and it's a power that somehow made its way down the line to Maya, then I guess that makes Queen Garan and Princess Rafa distant relatives of Maya's? Anyway, it's not like there's some kind of rule about it. It's just I'd rather not have it become an issue or anything. That's why mediums who come here to train hide the fact that they can channel spirits. I see, I had no idea it was so complicated. Either way, training here is a must to fulfill the qualification needed to become the master. And what is that qualification to become the master? To be able to channel spirits of one's own volition without fail every time. Like, remember how my spirit channeling was always hit or miss? I only ever succeeded about 30% of the time. Yes, and it was more like spirits possessed her, as opposed to her channeling them. So you can do it every single time now whenever you want. Yep, at least I think. You think? Well, I haven't actually tried channeling anyone since I completed my training here, but once I get back home I plan on taking the final spirit medium test. I'll have to try channeling one spirit after another in a marathon channeling session. Only those who pass the test are worthy of becoming the master, huh? Yeah, but I know I can do it. I'm going to ace that test and become the next master. After all, I can't let my clan and the other villagers down. Right, Maya's the next big hope of Khura'in village. That's gotta be a lot of pressure. So speaking of similarities, I've noticed another similarity between our countries besides spirit channeling. I saw a show on TV earlier that reminded me of the Steel Samurai. Oh, you must mean the Plume Punisher, warrior of Neo Twilight Realm. She's so excited about that. So you've already seen the Plume Punisher. You really don't miss a beat. Actually, it was her benevolence who told me all about it. There is not a single person in Khura'in who does not know of it. Oh, your benevolence, you're back. As the royal priestess, I am charged with monitoring your movements. So I have changed my mind, for in order to fulfill my duty, I must not avert my ears, not even from your blasphemous theories. Your sense of duty is commendable, but I wouldn't mind if she backed off a bit. Great timing, your benevolence. There's actually something I wanted to show off to the both of you. Show off? Maya sure seems excited all of a sudden. Yep, ta-da! What's that? It's an ultra-rare Plume Punisher strap. There's only one of them in the whole world. It was specially made to promote the TV show. You're the owner of the strap? Don't tell me you're a Plume Punisher fan, too, your benevolence. No, of course not. Only little children watch that show. Her eyebrows twitching. I have no interest in such things. Right. No, I am telling the truth. Sure, let's just leave it at that. You know, it would be funny if the Cyclops came up. So, how did you get your hands on them, Maya? I found a kindred spirit and a Plume Punisher fan here in Khura'in. It resulted in an exchange of cultures transcending national borders. By cultural exchange, you mean you swap TV show promo merchandise. You bet, I traded my Steel Samurai watch for this strap. It's a super rare watch that played the Steel Samurai theme song when the alarm goes off. My newfound Khura'inese friend was so happy I got this one-of-a-kind strap in return. I guess there are people like that wherever you go, even here in Khura'in. Watch this. When you press the Magatam on her belt, it plays the show's theme song. It sounds just like the Steel Samurai theme song. What are you talking about? Can't you hear the folk instruments in the intro and the exotic tones throughout? Plus, the Steel Samurai has Japanese taiko drums that go da-da-don-don-don in the intro. Right. Guess my ears just aren't as good as yours. Anyway, I have this amazing idea for a new show. The Plume Punisher versus the Steel Samurai. I'm going to totally go pitch it to some TV stations when I get back. It's going to be a huge hit. Right, your benevolence? I have no interest in such things. Well, if nothing else, talking about the Plume Punishers thankfully seemed to cheer Maya up a bit. It's getting late. Try to get some sleep, okay, Maya? And leave tomorrow to me. Okay, thanks, Nick. I think I've covered just about everything. Time to head back to the temple and go over everything I've learned so far. Oh, temple. It's getting late. Won't be long till sundown. Mr. Wright, your benevolence. Oh, is that I'll be your guide? Are you done with your investigation for today? Pretty much. I thought I'd go over what I've learned so far. Care to join me? Yes, please allow me to help. Okay, first, we know that the High Priest received a warning 3 days ago. It was from someone claiming to be Lady Kira, and it told him not to perform the rite. That's right, it was the Rebel Hunter. But what of it? That's what I'm not sure of yet. Why would Lady Kira want to stop the rite? If you could solve that mystery, right, I could figure out her motive for threatening the High Priest. It might be the break I need, but I just don't know enough right now to act on that lead. How unfortunate for you, Barbhead. Your only hope is pure speculation. That shall not stand up in the Hall of Justice. You have no actual proof of Lady Kira's involvement in this crime after all. Yeah, the warning letter alone can't prove who killed the High Priest. I'll give you one last chance to withdraw before you are charged under the DC.
Why did she show us the last thing that the High Priest saw?
Yeah, so we can see it right now. Your benevolence. While it is true that you did not forge or suppress any evidence, that is perhaps a product of my careful monitoring of your every move. I wasn't planning to do anything like that in the first place, your benevolence, but I am going to prove Maya's innocence, within the confines of the law. How can you be so sure you will? Because of my undying faith in my clients, that is a lawyer's greatest weapon. What nonsense. You have chosen to dig your own grave. When next we meet, it shall be in the Hall of Justice. As Royal Priestess, it is my duty to reveal the truth through the divination seance. This time I will prove that the insights I gleaned thereof are the very truth itself. Prepare yourself, for this shall be your last trial and your last rites. Tomorrow shall end with you under the headsman's axe. But we bonded. Tomorrow I'll be defending Maya in that so-called Hall of Justice again. That whole seance thing makes trials here completely different from those back home. Plus, I don't have a shred of conclusive evidence. On the other hand, I've got plenty of confusion and anxiety to spare. I'll have to think of something. After all, I'm the only lawyer in all of Khura'in. I have to do this. I will do this. I'll prove Maya's innocence if it's the last thing I do. Look at Big Kitty just laying on you.
Captain loving me this whole time. Maybe this is good stuff.
Okay, we start the trial next time?
Which may be next time.
Yeah. So, I'm not sure who did it of the people we saw, because really the only two people who aren't under suspicion are the wife and the random guy. So, I'm not sure, but we have an idea that he helped the guy escape because he kept, quote-unquote, looking at the sky, which when he was looking at the prison. Also, your benevolence was very upset that the boy trusted the lawyer because she must have failed. But I wonder if later in the game she'll realize that even if the seance doesn't prove that the person she thought did it, it does help to solve cases, so it's still very important.
Use her power maybe in a little different way.
Yeah, to just show it, and then, people prosecuting and defending can make their conclusions, and the jury can make a conclusion if there is ever a jury. But it's very important. I mean, it's actually pretty good. So I'm looking forward to seeing this next one. It's kind of a cool gameplay element, so quite curious about that. All right.